Everyone, I'm Doug Aitken. I'm the Executive Director of SMI ICE Chile, which is the Sustainable Minerals Institute International Centre of Excellence in Chile, which is part of the University of Queensland. First of all, congratulations to Arizona State University on your new water institute. I hope it goes very well and I hope we can collaborate together. As an institute, we're very focused on developing research-based solutions for the mining industry and wider society in all sorts of different areas, but very focused on social and environmental issues. And that's the case also for our centre here in Chile. One of the principal areas of our research is water and climate change. So, in terms of Latin America and its importance in the mining industry, it is a very important producer of copper, lithium and iron principally. Copper from Peru, from Chile, from Mexico, lithium from the lithium triangle here, and iron principally from Brazil. So all of these elements are very important in terms of the energy transition. But what we're seeing in the past decade or so is a lot of changes to the local climate. So we've seen in the western part of Latin America issues with drought, which has been ongoing for the past 10 to 15 years, which has caused issues related to availability of water in many areas in which the mining industry is operating. The result of that has been conflicts between the industry, with communities, other industries. One of the impacts of that also is a drying out of soils and damage to local ecosystems. One of the other impacts related to climate change is an increase in the frequency and intensity of flooding. And there's also a relationship between drought and flooding. So the changes to soils and ecosystems means when we do have an extreme rainfall event, the flooding can be worse. So all of this with the droughts, flooding, conflicts is affecting the mining industry and its productivity. So we have a problem here that if this continues and gets worse, we'll have a vicious cycle in which we might not be able to produce the critical minerals that we need for the energy transition, which will then obviously make climate change worse. So where we want to get to is a situation in which we have clean and accessible water in these areas, in which local ecosystems are protected and conserved, and where we have sustainable sectors such as mining, agriculture, working in harmony with each other. But we're very far from that situation. What we need to do to get there is we need to better understand the systems that we have, particularly with regards to hydrology, hydrogeology, use of water, all of the different elements that interact. We really need to understand them, and we need to understand the risks associated between them and also with the impacts of climate change. How do we build up those models of the systems that we have? We need much more information and data about our catchments and water use. So we need to be using new technologies such as drones with hyperspectral imaging, satellites, to be monitoring in real time the way water is being used, how water dynamics are changing within our catchments, and using that information to go into models of these different systems where we can analyze what's happening, what are the changes that are taking place. We can make predictions based on climate change models, and we can use that information to then develop mitigation solutions which can also be modeled in terms of their effectiveness. So we need to create a virtuous cycle through better collaboration between all of the different groups involved with the data that's required to really make a change in these areas that are so important for the future of the planet. We're working in these areas. We want to collaborate more with other groups, particularly in areas such as hydrology, hydrogeology, impacts of climate change, and the use of artificial intelligence and machine learning in developing the models. So we'd be very motivated to work with the new institute and the various partners.